This is the Iron Trader, and this is Midday Trading. Today we're going to take a look here at a stock that is in play, Disney, D-I-S. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have the old Disney on the daily chart. Now, this one here had actually good numbers, but it's a lot of good cost cutting that they're doing. And then they're going to be bundling up for a new app that you can use for more streaming. So they're trying to head in the right direction. And you can obviously see here that it is the right direction. Now, when we look at the chart, you can see all these lower lows here, everything, okay? However, there's a couple things that you have to look at when you look at it at this chart, okay? So what do we have here? You have a low, okay? When you look over here, you have a low. Then we even have a lower low, and then what do we have? We have a higher low. Then we have a nice higher low at the same thing. So this is a positive divergence. The same thing here goes for with your MACD. A low, okay? A higher low, even though you had a low and a lower low and a lower low, okay? Plus you have a nice double bottom area going on here. Tells you that, if you want to trade Disney, that's the time you want to get long. All right, so now what do we have? Okay, so here's what we got going on. So what I don't like about is these gap and goes, okay? So you need to break out of 99.32, and obviously you are, because the candle is way the hell up here. However, when you have a gap and go like that, that always is that you're going to want to fill that gap, okay? So here's an example. You had a gap, came right on down, sold right on off here, and now you fill that gap, okay? But now this is still open here, okay? So this is what I just don't like. But again, you're going to want to try to fill that gap. So if you can do is, if this sells down, now what we want to do is you want to watch all these key levels here now. So basically what you're looking at is 100.04, and then we want to look at right here, this key level at 99.32, okay? So that there, you can say, okay, then I can say I got the gap filled. But now you have that little bit of gap here that's left. But on a retest, that was going to be your support level. Now, obviously here, if this keeps on running up here, you got a nice target here at 118.18. That's basically where she's going to go next. But we're going to look here on a weekly chart, and we can give you a little bit better idea of resistant levels. Now, when you look at your RSI here, well, now you just automatically with this nosebleed territory. You got big momentum going on here, shot right on up here. But again, I'm saying, these gap and go, and when you leave these gaps, I just don't like it, just like we had here. I just don't like that situation because it always wants to come down and retest what you have going on here. Okay, so again, when you look at these charts here, always looking at something here that'll give you a little bit advantage. See this positive divergence. Okay, MACD, same thing. Positive divergence. As that's coming lower, the MACD is going higher, the RSI is going higher, tells you got to get in this thing, especially when you had a nice double bottom there. All right, let's take a look here on a weekly. Okay, here we have Disney here on your weekly chart, and it gives you a really good example here. Again, right here, look at this RSI. See this? Where you have a low, and then you have this area here that's going to be retested, and then you have a higher low. That is a good positive momentum here that gives you more to the upside situation. But now that you broke on out here, now we have to look at the target. So what do? We go to the left of the chart. So today's high, what do we have here so far? You got 112.77. So what we do is we come over here to the top of this candle. What is next? 113.53. What is next after that? Well, we got this candle up here. You're looking at 118.18. Okay, so that's where you're going to be going. That is your basically your next targets. Then what we do is we just follow on up here to these the next level. Well, what we do is we have a candle going on here, which is basically 123.27. Top of this candle is 126.48, and then your big target is going to be this 200-day sitting at 126.58. That is going to be your big upside target. Now, obviously, if you can get above that, we can follow it all the way up here. You got a big target up here, but usually with these 200 days are pretty strong. You can even see like here where you came down and then it went right back up here, and then it couldn't get through it on the second try, and then she just fell down. So always look at these 200-day, especially on your weekly, is like, when you're a kid, you're trying to tip over a Coke machine. You can't tip it over first time. You got to rock that bad boy a couple times before you can tip it over. And that's exactly what will happen here when it gets up to this 200 SMA. You'll get into it, and eventually you can tip it over. But, right away here, you're going to run into it. So that would be the target. So if you're holding long, that is going to be your big target. But always watch to the left of the chart here. Okay, so this is always going to be key. Your next level, 113.53. Then you have 118.18. And then we have 123.27, and then we're going to go up to this candle here at 126.48, and then 126.58. That is your upside target. Now, when it sells down, always watch your price channels where it came down here too. That is also going to be very key, like I showed you there on the old daily chart. Gaps, once you have that gap and go, they're always going to eventually going to want to fill that gap. Now, today, remember in Disney, you got a big time short squeeze because nobody exactly, was really looking for this. So you got a big time short squeeze. So this is not really the time that you want to get in unless you want to scalp it. When it has a little bit of pullback, and then you scalp it and try to take it up to this 126 level here. Okay. So, but I say I'm going to go full blown long, wait for any kind of a retest and that gap fill. All right. That's what I got for you on the old Disney. Thanks for watching.